supposed to, because sometimes it doesn't. It's like, it pretends that I'm not live, even though I am. I'm on my Streamlabs. And it should be going. Sometimes it doesn't do that. Connect streaming software to go live. I am on my streaming software. Gosh darn it, YouTube. It's so silly like that. Waiting for me. I'm here! Is it actually live? It'd be stupendous if it was. I don't know. Sometimes if I do OBS, I have to click another thing in the YouTube studio. But then if I do Streamlabs, sometimes it doesn't do that. Okay, someone's here! Shadowlands Radio. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. There's odd delays that sometimes happen, so I am so sorry. Mermaid Lolly is here, Sierra's here, Naruto. Okay, I think it's working. I just can't seem to see it on my computer. Maybe just the internet on my computer is odd. So sorry, guys. Hi! Hi! Alright, okay. Into the studio, aka my bedroom. Hi. Alright, let's put you guys up on here. Welcome! I hope you're having a good Saturday so far. I've had a pretty good one. I went to my P.O. box in the States, and I got myself a package, and I also got a coffee. Actually, I got one for my husband too, but he's not here. But I got a Woods coffee, which is my favorite American coffee chain. So good. Alright, who else do we have? Congratulations on getting Signature Dale. Thank you, Sierra. And Snick Stash. What a cool name. Oh my goodness. Alright, how's everyone been? I think this is technically my first, live stream of the year. And, yeah, I can't believe it's, almost the end of January already. I'm working on my 2023 Tail Collection update video. That is in progress right now. And it's been crazy busy. I haven't had a chance to go get this tail yet. But a bit of backstory. I was traveling when FinFolk did their Small Business Saturday sale, so I wasn't actually able to, just because of security checks and stuff, I wasn't able to do any, online shopping, because, when you're in another country, your computer and your phone are like, no, you have to verify, and you have to verify by getting a text message and all that jazz. So it's really hard to shop online when you're traveling. I was in Seattle at the time, and my friend Mermaid Kaida said, hey, I got you. Don't worry. I'll make sure that you get the tail of your dreams. And I'm so grateful for Mermaid Kaida for helping me out when I was in kind of a, not a tough spot, but just a spot where I was like, oh my gosh, they're dropping a bunch of tails that are pretty much ready to ship. And I'm gonna be away, and I'm gonna be unable to access the internet and stuff. And my friend's like, don't worry. I've got you. So thank you, Mermaid Kaida, for being a wonderful dear friend. Hi, Gamer Drew. Hello. Okay, I want to make sure. Can I see all the chats? Because I want to make sure I can see what everyone's saying. I think this is the whole chat. So sorry if I miss any messages. But we're here. So if you guys remember, about a year ago, I got this. FinFolk did a Tale of the Month drop of the Aurora Borealis, which was, I believe it was Gen 6 or 7. It was, I think, their fall 2021 line or something. And I love the Aurora Borealis, and I just never had the funds for it. And I was really upset. And then they dropped this as Tale of the Month, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But I didn't have the funds for also a signature at the time. And I also really wanted to get a Discovery, so I got this Discovery, and I love it to death. I love it so much. And then their Small Business Saturday dropped, and they had some Aurora Borealises in my size. So I got one. I had the funds for it by selling a Mertailer. So here we go. Okay, I'm so excited. I'm gonna open it. I haven't gotten a FinFolk signature in a hot minute. This is super exciting. Ooh, tissue paper. How fun. And then it's so soft. Oh, yay! And there's a sticker! And, of course, their care sheet. Love that. I've seen this like 5 times already. Oh, there's a sticker! And here it is. Oh my goodness! So it's been in its box for quite a while. Oh, it's so pretty! Oh my gosh, I'm in love with the fluke. Okay. Here it is, guys. Here it is. Oh my, right, I forgot. I got it with the dorsal fin. Holy crap, this is cool. I didn't realize it'd be all one big fin. I thought it would be multiple kind of little fins. So this is different than I was expecting, but very cool nonetheless. Oh my gosh. The matching sticker really is a nice touch, right? Right? I love it. Sorry, I realize, yeah, we're gonna just get a little bit of my tripod in here, but that's okay. Now you guys can see it a bit more. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Ah! So I got the size small this time, just because the size small was the one that had the dorsal fin, and I'm also like, I'm pretty sure I can fit the size small. I've got my woman body now, so we're gonna need to widen up the hip and bum area of my tails now. So just FYI, if people are trying to send me stuff, I'm not sure if, like, I usually can fit in extra smalls, but I think smalls are gonna be more comfortable from now on. It's gorgeous. You guys, I can't believe it. That is a big fluke. Pretty, but I'm curious to see if it still knew me. You know, it's a FinFolk. So, this is actually, I believe this one is called the Calypso fluke. And this is actually one of their smaller flukes. So I have 2 other flukes from FinFolk. This is my first one, the Calypso. I have the Sea Nymph. So this was their first generation of the new fabric tails, and it still feels like the same fabric. I love my Navi Nightfall. Honestly, one of my favorite tails, but it's showing its age a bit. So let me just put the Calypso fluke on top of the, so the Navi Nightfall, and a lot of their tails have the Sea Nymph fluke, which is kind of the goldfishy one, with kind of the 2 little side fins. So, thinking kind of goes, yeah, right here. Okay, it's about the same. It's just not quite as wide. Well, no, it's pretty much the same, honestly. I'll show you guys. Def has galaxy vibes and it fits your Mersona perfectly. Absolutely. So this is the Calypso on top of the Sea Nymph. It's just like the Sea Nymph is wider at the ends, but I think it's about the same like length. It's about the same width at the top. It's just at the ends the Sea Nymph is a little bit wider. So honestly, they're around the same size, but the Calypso is just has a bit of a smaller package, I guess I'd say. And then, so the Calypso fluke is what people sometimes call the baby Lorena. So the Lorena, this is my very first FinFolk fabric, and she's retired because she's destroyed. Loved this tail to death. Ugh. So, I guess I should do it the other way around where I put the Calypso on top. Oh my gosh, just the night and day difference between these 2 tails. It's incredible. Honestly, it looks so much better. Oh, ew, gross. My, ugh. This tail is shedding. There's a reason why my neoprene one is retired. You have so many tails. Yes, I have too many. I think this is number 57. So, yeah. The Lorena fluke, which is what this big long one is just a touch longer. Mostly not by much. Just a touch longer. And the Calypso has these cute little spikies on the side. And on the ends where the Lorena, not so much. It's a little more smooth. Hey, congrats on the new tail, Faye. Thank you. Thank you very much. 57, yeah. I mean, I don't have all 57 right now. Some of them I've sold, some of them I've given away, some are just dead. But I'm just gonna hang this one back up. Also, shoot, I should have done that today. I need to buy more hangers. I think I need to figure out a better way of storing and displaying my tails, because literally the tail wall is bursting at the seams to the point where I have some tails that I haven't even hung up on the tail wall yet, just because they are not fitting on the tail wall anymore. There we go. It's getting annoying. Hi, we fell asleep. Alright, so this is my newest tail. Now let's compare it to the Discovery, because that is real neat. I mean, these are pretty similar sizes. This one is the size extra small, and then I got this one in the size small. So, I don't really know the best way to compare these, but I mean, it's the same design on the front and back. It's pretty accurate in terms of what they've done to modify the design for the Discovery. Show you guys the fluke area. So they kind of just chopped the scales and the fluke a little bit shorter on the Discovery. They kind of chopped how far down the scales go. And then, yeah, I'm trying. They did still keep some of the Aurora Borealis kind of elements in the fluke on the Discovery, but something that kind of irked me when I got it is that the stars that they'd done on the fluke for the signature weren't present on the Discovery. There was just like a few speckles. It didn't really look like a galaxy, a night sky. But yeah, just like the concept is so nice on the signature. Daisy! Oh, there might be a kitty coming. Daisy! You hear her? Hey, Daisy! Psst, 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 psst. I know, there's a tripod here now. Isn't that horrible? Daisy! She is very thick. I don't want to grab her and, like, knock everything over, but... Hi! Hi, baby! She's disinterested. That's okay. That's what cats do. Yeah, I think just the whole concept of the Aurora Borealis in the night sky is definitely executed a lot better on the signature tail, which is why I fell in love with it, because I was like, it's like, no, tail. There's this one, like, it's got the vibe, but it definitely doesn't do the kind of flowy, translucent iridescence that the Discovery does. What are your thoughts, preferences between the fin options on signature Discovery or on tails in general? Oh, goodness. Okay. So many thoughts. I think it really depends on the tail. Some tails look fantastic with fins, other ones not so much. FinFolk has been adding fins to now all of their tails because it's another upsell. So, you know, a chance for them to make a little bit more money, I think. But, you know, I think that some fins don't need, or some tails don't need fins, and other tails do. It all just comes down to personal preference. Like, if you feel like you don't really like the way that your, like, hips, thighs, butt is, hip fins, whoosh, give you a nice curvy shape. If you don't really like the knee bend, dorsal fins can kind of help hide it. If you don't like side seams, side fins can help hide it. If you don't like the big ankle bulge, ankle fins and calf fins can sometimes hide it, not as well. It really just depends on the tail, but tails with like a million fins, not my jam. I think that they are very draggy, and it just, like, sometimes it overwhelms. I mean, I'm a very small person, so having a lot of details and design and fins and blah 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 kind of can overwhelm me. If that makes sense. Honestly, I prefer just a couple fins. Like, a good dorsal fin and maybe a hip fin or two. And that is, like, I think my most recent tail that is, like, a customized one with fins. This isn't my most recent custom tail, but this is a fairly good tail that I had like complete control over the design, this is my wedding tail, I chose to have a big old dorsal fin. So I had a double dorsal going, hi Daisy, you want to come up? Going all the way down the back. And then I chose these little waist fins because they're so cute. And my husband likes Ariel, so I was like, I'll throw in a bit of your favorite mermaid character into this design. I like the hip fins. They added just a nice little bit of flow and jazz. I didn't do any side fins, and I think Virtuoso said they'd give me an ankle fin for free. So that's very nice. It really just, but this is also like a completely plain white tail. Like there's some other colors on it, but I was like, this is kind of a boring ass tail because it's just white. So let's add a bit of jazz to it. Whereas with, what's a really busy design I have? I don't know. Trying to think. I don't know, like, whereas with this tail, like, there's a lot of different colors and stuff to it, so you don't really need to have extra fins and stuff. This tail, this classic Cleo, this was near retirement, actually, but when they added a dorsal fin and little hip fins to it, it just made the design pop, whereas with when it's without fins, it's kind of dull. So it really depends on the tail. It really depends on your preference. My preference is just a couple fins is fine. You don't need to have all of the fins. Plus, having more fins will increase the cost of your tail. I don't know, that was not very articulate of me, but they do add a little bit of fun to mermaid tails, and they're definitely a good idea, but sometimes if you go overboard, it's not as great. What are you planning to do with the Discovery now that you have the signature tail? Oh, I'm not going to get rid of it. I love my Discovery. This is a fantastic travel tail. I just brought it with me to Saskatchewan just last month when I went to visit my family, because they're so light, they're so easy to travel with, they're great. Like, I wouldn't necessarily call this a beater tail, because I really like it. And it's not something that I'm going to purposely beat up, but it's just a good alternative for when you don't want to wear something with a really, really big fluke that costs 700 Canadian dollars. It's better if you just want something small, lightweight, easy to travel with. If you want to use just the Linden monofin, or just the Luna monofin, or just a FinFun monofin, the Discoveries are great. I totally get it. Thanks for the detailed response. You're welcome. Any ideas on how to get a new Linden monofin? The last time I bought a Linden, I bought it secondhand from a mermaid group. Speaking of monofins, this is the Finnish Shooter monofin. This is the monofin that I prefer for FinFolk fabric tails because it goes new. So let's take a gander at the zipper here. Where is the zipper? If they didn't put the zipper in this tail, I would be very upset. Here it is. It's nice and hidden. Oh my gosh, yes, it's very long. The zipper goes all the way to here, so kind of around my knee area, which is great. Oh, you guys, you're about to be blessed by a kitty! Daisy! Oh, hello! Hello, kitty girl! This is Daisy. You want to say hi? She's so squeaky. Oh, this is my friend's kitty. I am watching her. Mwah. She is so fluffy and not very bright. But I love her. She's just a big stuffy. Bloop. Okay. Try not to shed all over my new tail. If you could. She is licking herself in the middle of my bed. Hi, Daisy. I love you. I do love you. And you are the star of this show now. She's humongous compared to my cat, by the way. It's very funny. So, with the FinFolk fabric tails, you open them up at the zipper. And then, you see this garbage. This is vinyl. This vinyl gives the big fluke its shape. So you need this to swim in your signature fabric tail. If you, like, the only times that I don't use the vinyl is if I'm using a giant fin inside of the fluke. Because this vinyl will give the fluke the support it needs to swim effectively through the water. If not, it's just a big draggy mess because this is a closed bottom fluke. So if you have more space inside of your tail, so if there's more area for the water to go inside your fluke, then that's more water that's going to have to pass fully through the fabric, which it does. But if you have a big gap, then there's going to be more water inside your tail, and it's going to get stuck, and it's going to give you drag. Whereas if you have something in the tail that kind of squeezes the water out towards the end in a more controlled manner, then you're not going to have as much drag, is the really weird explanation that I have come up with out of my butt. So, I don't like vinyl. If you guys have seen any of my videos on tails with vinyl, you know that I am not a fan. It's not my favorite thing. It is a necessary evil to get a big fluke like this. I think that FinFolk has done the vinyl probably the best out of all the other tail makers I've seen that do vinyl. I've had 3 or 4 other tails that have come with vinyl that I have just either had to modify myself or just forgone using. So, the vinyl, it's 2 pieces, and you sandwich the monofin in between the 2 pieces of vinyl. This is important. And then, there's all these little Velcro straps. So with the shooter, all I have to do is undo this one at the top side, squish it in, and put the monofin in between. And you want to make sure that the monofin is... Oh, frick. I have to do the other one. You have to make sure that the monofin is inside of the vinyl casing, so it's not going over the edges on the side and stuff, because then that will kind of push into your tail skin. We don't want that. Now with the shooter, I really have to jimmy this other piece of vinyl at the side. Oh, the FinFun Elite vinyl's good? Oh, that's great. That's good. Yeah, the FinFun Elite tails are kind of like a cheaper alternative to the FinFolks. Alright. I really don't like vinyl, you guys. It's an extra step. It is an extra step. It looks good, but I'm just gonna jam it down a little bit further. There we go. So now, as you can see, the shooter is completely encased inside the vinyl. It's not popping out of the sides, which is good. So, now, we're going to put that tail skin back up over. You also want to make sure that when you're doing your Velcro, that the soft side of the Velcro is to the outside, because if you have the hook area on the outside of the casing, then it'll get stuck on your fabric. So you want to make sure that the soft side is on the outside and the hook side is on the inside. Alright, now we're going to zip it back up. Oh, this hidden zipper, luxury. It's a black zipper, and this tail is pretty dark, so that is good. If this was like a white tail, I would hope that they'd use a black zipper, or a white zipper, I mean. Magic Tail vinyl is just trash. I swam in it an hour ago, and I'm done with my life. Oh, good to know. Good to know. Yeah. Yeah, they're, I know, I really want to see what Magic Tail's new products are like, but their website is just really hard to understand. I put the monofin in upside down. Because this dorsal fin should be on my bum. I swear the zipper is supposed to be on the right side. Anyways, okay, so I'm going to give you guys another demonstration of how to do that. Ha 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 ha! It's okay, all I have to do is take my monofin out of the tail, flip it around, and put it back in. Ha ha ha! I am so smart. Yay, and I need Leopard Ducal first. Sorry, I butchered your name. I need 20 minutes to get my Mahina in and out of the vinyl. I'm not looking forward to it happen. I have to get it out of there. Yeah, no. Another thing with vinyl is people are like, yeah, just, keep your tail, or keep the vinyl in your tail. No, you cannot do that. Not if you're getting it wet. I'm so sorry, friends, but you have to take out the vinyl very carefully and take your monofin out. Or I guess you take your monofin out of your vinyl, take your vinyl out of your tail, and then you dry it. Because the vinyl can trap moisture very easily. And you do not want a moldy tail. And your tail will be easier to dry without the vinyl. Okay. Velcro in. Here we go. And this little shooter bit is pointing out to the side, so it's kind of rotated. Unrotate that. There we go. It's just like, it's so fiddly, which is why I don't recommend a tailed vinyl for a beginner, because it's just fiddly. I'm very curious to see what the new Magic tails are like, because I haven't gotten a Magic Tail since like 2017. And I feel bad, because some people ask about it, but I don't know, I just feel like none of their like newer designs have really grabbed me, so there's not, I don't know, I'm like, I don't really feel the need to get one. Okay, so now I flip the tail over, and I have the dorsal fin on the back. I swear that the dorsal fin was supposed to be like a couple different small fins. Also, something I realized, when FinFolk does their fins, what they do is they actually just pour it into like one section of their fluke. So if you look at what all of their fins are like, they're all kind of just like parts of their fluke. Although I'm not sure about this one. I think this one is not that, because it's kind of got a scallop edge here. But yeah, well, I noticed that on some of them. Like some of their hip fins are just kind of like a quarter of their fluke, which is really neat. Magic Tail vinyl doesn't have Velcro or something. You have to fold the mahina and somehow stuff it in there. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, that's terrible. At least it's something. Or you lounge around the house. I guess so. Alright. Well, I just realized I should probably take off my socks, but I don't want to, because this is the internet, and that's weird. So, this fluke is humongous, and if I push it further anymore, then I'm going to push it off the bed and into the tripod and knock you guys all over, which I don't want to do. That's okay. Okay. My shooter fits me pretty well, even if I'm wearing socks. If I was having difficulties with the straps, I would just zip down the zipper. Also, I love how you can pull the zipper up to close it, because Mertailors have the zipper going the opposite direction, and I don't like it. And people are like, that's a petty thing to be upset about. I'm like, it is a completely valid thing to be upset about. Okay. Moment of truth. Oh, yes. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, it's so comfy. Yes. And now, for my final trick, I have a sports bra underneath. A swimsuit sports bra, YouTube. Please don't demonetize me. There we go. Is it the same design as the Discovery Tail? Yes, it is. But this is the signature. So this is the big boy. This is the one with the full design on the fluke. And I have a dorsal fin on this. Oh, this tag is very itchy. I'm not a fan of tags. Ugh. Okay. And ta-da! Eee! Oh, it's lovely. Courtney Shallusion top. Yes, this is a Shop Vancouver Mermaid Shallusion top, so it looks like seashells, but it's fabric. When are you going to swimming? Ow. If the weather is okay, I might go tomorrow, but I have not decided yet. Eee! So, this, I mean, I think this is because, yeah. My vinyl was very folded when it was in the box, so it's trying to go back to that natural bloop, but that is actually what the vinyl will do. If you stick it up above your head, it will bend and flop. And sometimes it does like a dog ear thing where it's like half up, half down. So it's a bit of a workout to get it in the correct orientation. And if you want to get a photo or video of your fluke straight up, you basically have to start with your ankles flexed and then push up really hard. and try and get the fluke to stick straight up. And it's not the best. Underwater, it doesn't look this weird, but yeah, just keep that ow in mind if you're trying to get a pretty, my tail, look at it, it's above my head shot. You're not going to get it with the vinyl, at least not very nicely. But you can make a mermaid ball. Hello. Hello. It's so cute. I love this. So, I'm really glad that I got this signature tail, because it's been a while since I've gotten a FinFolk signature tail. I haven't gotten a new one from them since, 2020. So it's nice that I have one of their newer ones with a fin. So I finally got a little dorsal fin. It's huge. It's a huge dorsal fin, actually, which is nice. I mean, I feel like maybe I should have gotten one with hip fins instead, because they're a little more visible. You know, the dorsal fin, you can't really tell it's there all the time. But that's all I could afford. I'm like, I can't spend another, like, $200 on this. The Linden helps those big FinFolks keep the shape one up. That is true. That is true. I do prefer the shooter just because it's a little bit easier to get in than the Linden, but you know what? We're here. We're hanging out. You guys are still going strong, so we're gonna take this tail off. And you know what? I will put the Linden inside, because why not? This is a video about the FinFolk signature tails, so why not? Let me grab my Linden. Okay. I also prefer the shooter for when I'm swimming. Just because the shooter does have a bit more power than the Linden. But you are right, the Linden is bigger, so it does help support the fluke a little bit more. But when people say, like, oh, what fin do you prefer? I usually think they're talking about swimming. So that's why I prefer the shooter, because it's just a bit faster than the Linden. And you will see also why I prefer... Okay, I'm going to pull it down a little bit further just so I can reach these other two vinyls. You're very happy. Yes, I am. I'm very happy. Okay, there we go. I'm going to take out all the Velcro straps. Oh, here, I'll show you guys something. If you ever... Hi, Daisy. Do you want to go out? Do you want to go me outside? Sorry, I'm just trying to find a little roll of Velcro somewhere. Okay, I don't have it. That's okay. Daisy, you want to go out? She probably has to. Oh, and Nancy's here. Nancy's like, ah! I've been jump scared by the big kitty. Hi, Nancy. You want to come in? She's like, I don't know, man. You're doing something odd in here. Hi, baby girl. Nope. She's like, no. Freaked out. Okay, I'm just trying to find... I have a... Okay, I can't find the actual roll, but if you ever lose your Velcro, which happens, I got this off Amazon. It is just, I think it's 1 inch, maybe 2, of double-sided Velcro. I bought a whole roll of it for like, I don't know, 15 bucks. It's great. By the way, have you tried out the newer Finis Luna Eclipse? No! I don't want to. I mean, I'd love to try it. I don't want to buy it. I don't really like the Luna that much. My friend Courtney, a Vancouver mermaid, has tried it out and says it's a little bit stiffer and a little bit more comfortable to use. So I'm like, maybe. Like, it's not made of silicone, so I think it won't have those durability issues, but it's the exact same fin. It's the same shape. It might be just a touch faster, but other than that, I don't really want to try it out. So the Linden is kind of a tricky one just because it's super wide. So you really have to be careful with how you're putting it in, because flukes like this have these little divots in them, and if you push your Linden up into those divots, it can cause your tail to rip, which has happened to some of my tails with the sea nymph shape, but it just barely fits. So now we're going to put the Velcro straps back on. This was actually not too bad, but I do find that sometimes the linden will get stuck. The kind of rubbery fluke tips, or yeah, like rubbery sides of the fluke, love to stick in the Velcro, but I actually didn't have too hard of a time today. I guess probably because I opened it up super wide. But like when you're just trying to like jam it down that last inch, oh, it's a pain. It is a pain and a half. There's also another, I'll show you guys. There's also another Velcro strap. I don't know if you guys can see it. Right here. So as you see, the linden does not reach that Velcro strap all the way. So if you really want your linden to be secure, you can cut another hole or two right here and make another area for the Velcro to thread through, just for an extra bit of security. But again, I really don't swim in the linden with my vinyl, so I have not made that modification on any of my tails. Just because I always prefer the shooter. The shooter is less bulky too. The linden's got a few little bits and bobs here, whereas the shooter is just a plain strap. And I like it. Oh, I really hope I didn't do this one backwards again. Haha, no, I don't think I did. So now, you have to finagle these vinyl, oh shoot. Ugh. Frick balls, what happened? Oh, I see. We have to finagle the little vinyl fluke tips back into the little fluke tips on the fabric, which is always the fun part. Rest in peace to anyone that has a Mertail or Fantasy Fin tube, because you have to do this not with a nice flexible piece of plastic, but with sticky, floppy silicone. Not as easy. Mahina is nice. I've had Magic Tail for a while. The Mahina is the best. The FinFun Elite monofin is such a pain sometimes. Yeah, because that one's kind of rubber. If I were ever to get a FinFun Elite tail, I wouldn't get the monofin. Other people have said that the linden is actually better than the FinFun Elite for use in their tails. Because I'm like, why would you put a rubber floppy monofin inside of a vinyl tail? I don't understand why. But they did it anyways, and I'm like, okay. I collect several tails. I wanted the FinFun Elite too. I do want one, but I just don't really care to spend the money on it, and I don't want to because they said they'd send me one, and then they never did! They actually said that to several people, and then they never did. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. That is fine, FinFun. It's okay. You don't have to do that, but it just makes me sad on the inside. Anywho, okay. It's all good. I wouldn't say I'm a FinFolk loyalist, but I do really like their signature tails. I think that they are very fun. Oh yeah, something I want to say. So, I've been a Galaxy nerd maid for quite some time, obviously. That's kind of my Mersona. And I have my big silicone tail, so, you know, that is my Mersona look. And then I have a couple smaller tails, like my Discovery, that are like nerd maid Faith, but small, you know. Or like my, yeah, I guess my Star Sapphire by Shop Vancouver Mermaid is kind of like my newest big nerd maid Faith Galaxy tail, but this Aurora Borealis is like just very, very fancy, and it's called my name ever since it came out, and so I feel like this is kind of going to be my fancy fabric nerd maid Faith tail, just because it's very big and impressive, and very much my colors, very me, very Galaxy. Like, just this dark blue is just, oh, it's my jam, and I don't not have enough tails with it. Ugh, yeah, this is why I don't like the linden in the FinFolk fabrics, because it's so bulky at the ankles that it kind of does some weird things. Ugh, but, so you do be right. It does help the tail stick up more, so I will keep that in mind for when I'm doing, like, land photo shoots and stuff. I did not tighten my straps well enough, so let me just... But, like, look at the big kerchunk it does right at my heels. Like, look how huge that is. And it just kind of... The vinyl shifts down when you stick your fluke above your head, so I guess I do need to add those little extra holes to make sure that it doesn't move around in there. But yeah. I definitely prefer the shooter in this tail, but whoever said that it helps the tail stick up, you are correct, because it is bigger and wider. But, yeah. It's so cute. Here, I'll show you guys what I mean from the front. See, look at this. Look at this. It really chunks in right here. Oh, this tail's so huge. I love it. Oh my gosh. I'm just having fun with this, but I don't know. I prefer the shooter. I definitely prefer the shooter in the FinFolk fabrics. Ugh. I find it more comfortable, easier to use, faster to swim in. The linden has some challenges, but it's definitely the more cost-effective option. I'm not shaming anyone who likes the linden inside their fabric tails, their FinFolk signatures. Definitely understand why you enjoy it, but I vastly prefer the shooter. It just looks a bit sleeker and is more powerful. But the shooter is also like sometimes $150, where the linden is sometimes more like $60. So I definitely understand. It looks gorgeous on you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I hope to get the Martaylor Fantasy too. It looks nice. It is a nice one. I actually really enjoy swimming in that one when I've borrowed it. But it just like, it has so many little kind of, I don't know what you call them, tendrils, I guess. Little things that stick out, much like on this tail, like little boop, 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 spikes. Little spikes that it would just be a pain to get a tail skin in and out of, or get it in and out of a tail skin, I should say. Okay. Linden out. Bye. I'm going to put the shooter back in one more time, just so you guys can see. And I'll actually, you guys can see, I'll show you how far down it goes. See, it perfectly stops. The shooter perfectly stops, boop, right at this vinyl little strap here. So it's very secure towards the bottom of the fluke. The linden is wider, and I think the shooter's just kind of longer in the way that it fits inside the tail. But I don't need to worry about the vinyl sliding down and bonking into my ankles. Alright. I wish the tail could keep me warm. It's easier to swim in the ocean too. Yeah, you could. Well, the nice thing about tails is that you can wear something underneath them. So there's no one stopping you from wearing, like, scuba pants. I often will wear leggings underneath my tails just for an added bit of warmth. It's definitely something you can do. But unless your tail is, like, see-through, then it's kind of, ooh, maybe not so much. I'm glad you love the tail. I'll eventually save up for a signature one. Yeah! I don't know when FinFolk is doing their next drop. Probably in the spring. They usually do a spring drop. And those are always nice. One thing I am going to have to look out for, though, is the dark fluke tips. It'll show all the pilling and fuzzing. Because it's a white fabric. It's printed on white fabric. And then there's a dark color. And so as soon as you scuff it, then the white kind of fuzz is going to show up immediately. But I feel like with this tail, with the kind of, like, already, like, speckly white dust that's on it, the stars are so pretty. I feel like it's okay. It is alright. So, I'm going to put this back on, and I'll show you what I mean with it looking sleeker. Okay, so I'm not going crazy. I was like, do I have the tail on wrong? No, the little tag is not centered. I guess maybe because of the dorsal fin. Oh yeah, and then another thing they said, another reason why I bought a size small, because I was like, this feels like it fits like the extra small. Honestly, I don't really feel much difference. But they, when you add a dorsal fin, at least to the FinFolks, because just the way they make them, it actually makes it just a touch snugger, because I guess they don't have seam allowance for their dorsal fins or something, so they just kind of sew into the tail, from what I can tell. So there's, yeah, not as much room, width-wise, on a tail with a dorsal fin, so yeah, I'm glad I got the size small. Ah, yes, it looks so much better on the ankles with the shooter. I just, like Like, there's a bit of wrinkling, but I'll just pull the tail down. And look, it doesn't give a weird, like, ka-chonk here than it does when I wear the linden. Hee-hee! But yeah, the linden, like, it definitely, like, right where this fold is, the linden would support, which is interesting. Because it kind of, I guess, just stabs it up at the point where it would normally fold, and then it cooperates. But yeah, it looks so much sleeker on the ankle area. And I also love that they extend the scales past your heels, and they have it, like, all the way right in the middle. That looks so nice. Whereas, if they had the fluke lines going all the way to your heels, and then, like, a transition here, it'd be so easy to tell that it's, like, you know, not as realistic. But when you have a pattern, and then these lines, like, brilliant, with these lines kind of flowing into the fluke, it kind of distracts the eye from, oh, that's their heels. You know, that's where your feet go in this costume. Which is neat. It's such a pretty tail. It is... Hey, where's your Elastigirl suit? I actually got it! I did get it. It's just hanging up in my closet right now. I can't really reach it. It's behind the tripod and stuff. It looks like it actually sparkles, which is so cool. Yes! Yes, I love it. Oh my gosh, this tail is so, so cool. Ta-da! Zach, I recommend you follow me on Instagram so you can see the completed look with the Elastigirl fit. The flop noise is oddly satisfying, right? Yes, sorry, I'm just making sure I didn't get... You look super happy with the $700 tail, yes. Yeah, I think the total cost was $510 US, which I think, like, with shipping and all that was more like 750, maybe even 790 Canadian. And then I also spent another $80 in import fees, which, yeah, I sometimes try to avoid by shipping it to the US, but some days they go, you should be paying for this. You should be paying taxes on this. Sometimes I don't, but I was like, I am going to be honest. I'm going to say how much I spent on this, because you don't want to get caught and have them get you in trouble and take away your mermaid tail. So I'm like, yeah, it's an expensive item. I just like to play mermaids, and they're like, they always give me a big judgmental look. I'm like, cry! But it's fine. It's alright. Honestly, like, if I ship it via UPS to Canada, then they tack on another couple $100 in shipping and fees, so it is still worth it to ship it to the States, but, just the Canadian mermaid struggle. So, yeah, I do afford this tail. I did sell a Mertailor tail skin, so you'll notice the dolphin tail is not on the wall, because I don't really like it that much. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a new home, and I did. And then I'm like, ooh, money. New FinFolk time. Yes, be responsible, guys. But it's sometimes very hard with FinFolk. They're like, you don't need to be responsible, you can just spend all your money on mermaid tails. And I'm like, don't mind if I do! So, oh gosh. This tail's so pretty. Here, I'll show you guys. This is the discovery of it. And then this is the signature. Ugh. Yeah, definitely not beginner tails, because they are a lot to manage. Discoveries, definitely beginner tails. Signatures, not as much. But it's great, because you can get a linden, and then you could use it in both, which is very smart of FinFolk to do. My dream job is to be a professional mermaid. Aw, it is fun being a professional mermaid. Very hard to make it your full-time living. This is not my full-time gig, by any means. I have a job that, pays me money so that I can afford to live, because it's really expensive in BC. It's really hard to live in BC. Just for, and buying a house, that's not gonna happen. Spend all my money on rent! And mermaid tails. I love it. I love it. I love it. First tail of 2024! Yay. Off to a good start. Honestly, I'm like, I don't need any more tails. I really don't. Like, this is... Like, I'm not normally someone that's like, I have to have this mermaid tail, but with the Aurora Borealis, and I'm like, I can't not have this mermaid tail. This is, like, the most perfect FinFolk for me. I mean, my Navi Nightfall was lovely. And my Andromeda, which is the big FinFolk back there, loved it. It's very much my colors. I hope they bring that one back. Oh, frick. If they bring that one back, I'm gonna be like, ah! I need to get it too. Amazing first sale of the year. What a win, right? I technically got it, I think it technically arrived before this year. I think it arrived like right at the end of January, but I was traveling, and then my P.O. box has like the worst hours. They're like, we close at 4 every day. I'm like, oh, that's great. And we're also closed on Sundays. I'm like, very cool, thank you. So today I was like, I am going to get the tail. I'm driving to the States, and I'm going to get my tail today. And what a treat. What an absolutely splendid treat. Anyways, I think I'm gonna go because I'm getting a little warm and I have a swimming lesson to teach. It's actually a mermaid swimming lesson, so what a fantastic day this is. I'm super stoked. Anyways, I love you guys so much. Thank you for hanging out. I am working on my tail collection update video, so stay tuned for that. I do have to film some B-roll of the tails and the accessories and then put it all together, but hopefully it is happening soon. So stay tuned for that, hopefully maybe next week. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you later. Bye!